Are you tired of paying sky-high interest rates on your federal student loans? Most people believe the only way that you can reduce the interest rate on your federal student loans is by refinancing. But what if I told you that's not entirely true? Well, you can't reduce the interest rate directly. There's a powerful strategy to significantly reduce how much you pay in interest every single month. As a CFA charter holder and founder of FitBUX, I've helped thousands of people use this strategy. And today I'm going to show you the 5 steps that you can use to take advantage of this loophole and save thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Welcome to the channel. My name is Joseph Frankie. This channel is all about finances for young professionals aged 20 to 40 years old. We discuss what I call tangible financial freedom, which is dollars and cents stuff, which is what we're going to be talking about today. We also talk about intangible financial freedom, which is mentally how do we think about money. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Let's jump into it. All right, step number 1. I am going to actually use as an example the latest FitBUX member that I helped with this. His name was Michael. Michael owed $153,000 on his student loans, and he made about $78,000 a year. Now, the first step is figuring out his current interest rate. Now, because he was a grad student, he could have said, well, I have undergrad loans and grad school loans, and just guesstimated at 6%, and that would be okay. But he wanted to go in a little bit deeper to actually find out the real weighted average interest rates. In Michael's case, it is 6.7%. Now, step number 2 is to take the weighted average interest rate and multiply it by the balance of what you owe. So in Michael's case, we took 6.7% times $153,000, and the result is $10,251. That's the annual amount that Michael is charged in interest on his student loans. Now, step number 3, we need to know the monthly amount of interest, not the annual amount. So therefore, we take our answer from step 2 and divide it by 12. In Michael's case, this means he's paying $854 a month in interest. Now, before we go on to step number 4, I need to show you what Michael was planning on doing so you understand in full details how this loophole saves you money. When Michael built out his financial plan, he had decided that he was going to throw $2,000 a month at his federal student loan. So had he used the standard repayment plan, that means about $1,146 a month would go to reducing how much he owed, and then the $854 would be the interest that he owed. And that's great, and that's going to save him money, but that's when I showed Michael step number 4. I showed Michael President Biden's new SAVE student loan repayment plan. And because of his salary, his family status, and his retirement contributions, his required payment was going to drop all the way down to $330 a month. But here's the key to the loophole. Anything above that $330 a month in interest is forgiven when you're on SAVE. Therefore, in Michael's case, every month he would have more money to reduce the principal faster. So going back to his numbers, he's charged $854 a month in interest, but his required payment's only $330. The difference between those, $524, that's the amount that being on SAVE versus the standard plan, he gets that amount forgiven in interest every month, meaning he doesn't have to pay that. So instead, he can use it to reduce how much he owes faster. In short, his interest rate drops from 6.7% down to 2.59%. Now, the lower interest rate is great, but what we really care about is the dollars and cents. What does he actually save in this example? This strategy, compared to just the standard plan, gets Michael out of student loan debt almost a year early, and over a 10-year span, it's going to put over $35,000 in his pocket. Now, I want to pause right here, because if you go through steps 1 through 4 and your monthly payment is greater than the interest charge on your loans, this loophole can't benefit you. So you don't need to keep going further. Keep doing what you're already doing. However, if your monthly payment is lower than the interest charge, let's keep going. Let's get into step number 5, because it's the most important to make this whole loophole and this strategy all work. When Michael went to go implement this strategy, there was a mistake made that we see multiple times on a daily basis. What that mistake was is that the federal government miscalculated his payment. In Michael's case, they were going to try to charge him $1,300 a month. That's $1,000 more than what he should have been paying. So that's step number 5, to make sure that every time you have to certify your income, which you have to do that once a year, that they give you the monthly payment that you're supposed to have. Now, as time progresses and you keep checking that monthly payment to make sure that it's right, your income will increase, which means your monthly payment also will go up slightly over time. Now, on the other end of that, as your balance on your loans decreases because you're paying it off so fast, the interest charge actually keeps going down. So every probably 6 to 12 months, go back through steps 1 through 3 and calculate that interest charge. And over time, as your monthly payment goes up and the monthly interest charge goes down, when you cross over where that monthly payment is more than the interest charge, then that's when you stop this strategy. You go back to the standard plan and just keep making prepayments. So just to reiterate, step number 1, calculate your weighted average interest rate. Step number 2, multiply that rate by the balance of what you owe. That amount results in the annual interest charge. Step number 3, divide that annual interest charge by 12 to get your estimated monthly interest charge. Step number 4, check out Save to see how much your required payment drops. If your required payment on Save is less than your monthly interest charge from step number 3, this loophole can work for you. Step number 5 is to make sure that your monthly payments are calculated correctly by the federal government. So from here, if you want to keep educating yourself on finances for young professionals,